Welcome to another edition of Inside Yale Football. The Bulldogs coming off a 27-13 victory over the Penn Quakers at the Yale Bowl on Saturday, joined by Tony Reno, the Yale head coach. And coach, that was a great win. No two ways about it.
Yeah, it was. It was a great team effort. All three phases of the game, kids produced, and it was really good. We've improved every week, but we haven't seen the results of it in the win column. And it's really great for the guys that we were able to put it all together to get a win.
I think Carm and I said on the air, you have preached overcoming adversity to this team, but you probably wish it wasn't so much adversity that had to be overcome all in the same day. It's
amazing. It's a true testament to the players and how much they bought into what we're doing. And we've definitely had our share of adversity this season. And the kids and the coaches, assistant coaches, have done just a great job of really having that mindset of next man in, and no matter when your time's called, that you're going to go in, you're going to produce. And the guys have done that week in and week out.
Talk about the performances from Logan Scott and Derek Russell.
It's great to see when I walked up to Eric. Eric was injured, and then he actually played the next play, and so we really didn't know the extent of the injury. He jogged off the field, and you're in the flow of the game. And when the trainers told me that he's going to be out for a little bit here, walked over to Derek and Logan, and the look in their eyes is, all right, so let's go. And they both played that way. It's all right, let's go, and it's my turn, and I'm ready to roll. And they prepare all week like they're going to be the starter, and they had an opportunity, and they went out and did it. So it's great to see.
We talked about the offense first, but the defensive effort was spectacular on Saturday.
Kids are playing. We went through a little bit of a rough patch at the beginning of the season, and very uncharacteristic of a defense that I've been associated with. And guys were playing real well. And where they've come from the second, third week of the season to now is just, it's like two different defenses. And they're doing the fundamentals well. They're getting off blocks and making tackles. And at the end of the day, that's the most important piece of playing great team defense.
We've done offense, defense, and special teams was also very solid. And Philippe kicking 2 field goals of more than 40 yards, and you don't see that in many Ivy League games ever. So good job.
He's really he's really improved, and I think he's improved. And again, it's if you do it in practice, you feel like that during the game you can perform. And he's had much better practice weeks the last 2 weeks, and he went out and performed really well. And he's got a strong leg, and he gets the ball off the ground. So we need him to do that to be good in the red zone.
How important was this win for the psyche of the team after not quitting at all, working hard through some of the adversity earlier in the season, to actually see it get a tangible result on the field and not just doing it necessarily on faith?
No, it's great. They actually see the results now. We've gotten so close, and when you get so close, you can almost see it, and now they saw it. And it was really big for the team to get to that point and be able to win that game, and obviously over a team they hadn't beaten before. So these senior class hadn't beaten Penn, so being able to do that and do it consistently and be able to do the things and overcome adversity all in one 60-minute football game was great for our players.
You almost foreshadowed it without specifically predicting a win, but your weekly emails to the Football Association, you had said you were getting close and you could see it, and it must have been nice for you to get that first win at the bowl.
It was. Just to be in the stadium, it's such a special place to play. And feeling like we were right on the verge, and you really don't know when you're ready to cross that step and take the step into the threshold. And we were sitting at the doorstep, it seemed like for a couple of weeks there, and really for us to get pushed over the top, it's great. So we got to do it again next week. That's the biggest thing, and that's the most exciting thing about coaching and playing football in any game is, you're only as good as your last performance and your last play, and we've got to do it against a great Columbia team this week.
Well, let's talk about Columbia, because they too have a new head coach.
They've got a great staff. I think Pete McGurran put together a great staff, and he's got those guys playing very well. They're playing hard. They're a lot like us. When their last 2 games, they end up the Penn game on the 5-yard line at Penn. Last week, Dartmouth puts together a great drive at the end and win. So they're a very good team, and we've got to go down there and play a great football game to beat them.
Well, it should be a fun one on Saturday. Traveling to New York City, always a lot of Yale alums who support the Bulldogs. Sometimes the visiting sideline has more people on it than the home side, so hopefully that'll be the case again on Saturday.
Yeah, we've got a lot of great alums in New York City, and we've got over 100 former Yale players working in the banking industry down there. So, if we get some of those guys out, and I've got a bunch of phone calls and emails already, so I'm sure we'll have a great support of the Yale fans.
All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, Ron.
That's Tony Reno, the head coach of the Bulldogs.